Haley, what do we have up next?
Next up is our Mint Mobile hotline question of the day. If you have a question for us and you want to let your voice be heard on the show, go ahead and call the number on the screen, 951-268-4259. Our first question comes to us from Dad Jokes. He's asking about the opening weekend for Avatar.
Hey, John and friends. Dad Jokes here. Just wondering if you guys are going to do a ticket watch for the new Avatar movie. I was thinking since the first one pretty much broke all the records, if this one is even remotely close to that one in hype or quality, I'm sure tickets will be hard to get and they will fill up fast. So I'm wondering if you guys are going to do ticket watch and bring on the filthy.
All right. So thank you for calling that in, by the way. So here's the thing. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about when he says ticket watch, Ray came up with this idea. This is back around when Spider-Man No Way Home, I think, was coming out. He says, the tickets are coming on sale now. We should do something called ticket watch. And he was joking, but I'm like, that's actually a great idea. Let's do that. And
my ass gave myself more work that night.
Yeah, you gave yourself a lot more work
come
tonight.
Come over at 9. You've been here all day working. Just come over at 9 and we'll do ticket watch. It was actually really fun.
It was a really great night. It was a lot of fun. The audience had a blast. A lot of people watched it. And I think we did it again. So should we do something like that for Avatar? And no, we're not going to do it for Avatar.
Ray will, though.
Ray will. Totally solo.
Thank you.
How come we didn't do it for Taylor Swift?
Oh my
I mean, that
that could have been a day long. It could have been like a whole national event report.
Right
yeah, that's
too soon.
It's insane.
Oh,
I know, man, it's
nuts.
so
the Wild
Swiftish.
West.
I'm telling you.
So, and I'll tell you why we're probably not going to do a ticket watch for Avatar, because I don't actually expect Avatar to have all that huge of an opening weekend. I want to remind everybody that, and actually, Jonathan, let's go to my screen here for a second. I want to remind everybody that the first Avatar film, which is the number one film of all time, almost $3 billion. Look what it opened with. It opened at $77 million. It opened with roughly the same amount as Black Adam did. Now, of course, the opening weekend for Avatar 2 is definitely going to be bigger, absolutely for sure. But if you look back at James Cameron's other top 3 highest grossing film of all time, Titanic, it was the same thing. Had a modest opening weekend, good opening weekend, but it became about legs. It's always about legs with his movies. People, word of mouth spreads. People come back a second, third, fourth, fifth time, bringing new people every single time to come back around. So while, Rob, I think this movie is going to have somewhere in the $100 to $150 million range opening weekend, it's going to have a big, strong opening weekend. I'm not expecting like ticket website crashing, nuclear melting, $220 million opening weekend for it, even though I still think this could very well be the biggest, highest grossing film of the year. What do you think about this? Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. This holiday season, the best deal in wireless can only be found at Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you'll get another 3 months free. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order and activate from home with eSIM while saving tons on phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Guys, I've been using Mint Mobile long before this holiday deal, and I have to say, it is the perfect time to switch. Since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been spending 1/3 of what I used to spend on my mobile service with the other big name company. And with this buy 3 months, get 3 months free, not only is it a great choice for you, but it makes great gifts for the people you love. Mint Mobile's best offer of the year is here. By going online only and with eSIM and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes those significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily and effortlessly with eSIM. Or if you need a new device, for a limited time, get 6 months of free service when you buy a selected device and plan. So guys, for a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months free by going to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea.
Well, just looking at those numbers, only the entire box office gross of Avatar, only 27% of it came from United States, came from domestic box office. And that also explains when people start, I hear people even now, that movie is it's just a copy of Fern Gully and Dances with Wolves in Space. Like I hear this all the time.
They need to blow their nose.
No, I hear this, and I'm like, you guys are out of touch. Only 27% of the population of the world. It was a much bigger percentage around the rest of the planet. So you have to take that into consideration. So I think you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if the tickets in this country do not dazzle. And by the way, get ready. Get ready for all the people going, see, James Cameron creates another failure for Disney, blah, blah, blah. The movie only opened to $100 million.
Yeah, only open.
Cut to what are your foreign grosses? So, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I don't think Ticket Watch would.
And by the way, Avatar, while it may have only made 27.2% of its money domestically, domestically, it is still the number 4 film all time on the domestic charts. It made 700, and we can bring this up too here, Jonathan. It made $785 million domestically. $785 million domestically for Avatar. Now, up here is a record I don't think will ever be broken. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, made almost $1 billion domestically alone. I honestly don't think that record's going to be broken. But it's about slow crawl. It crawls out. Then it builds its momentum, and then it goes. So, I don't know. Chris, what kind of opening weekend do you think we could be looking at for Avatar 2?
I mean, I'm thinking we're looking at something like 100, 120, something that'll be like respectable. I was one of the people who was late to this movie when it first came out, because in 2009, this came out December 18th. I didn't see it until Christmas Day with my dad, as is tradition in the Carr household, to go see a movie on Christmas Day. And so, a week or two later is when I went, and this movie definitely did have legs. I think we're going to have more of that with this, especially because we have so many people, too, who are doing I don't care about this movie. I have no interest in it. This is going to be a water cooler movie for people, too. Even if you had no interest in seeing this, you're going to, so you can be part of the conversation and be part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah, the FOMO will be strong with, I think, a lot of people for that. Did you see the original Avatar, Kaylee?
I did. I was in college. I remember I think I went to like a midnight showing, so it was like hard for me to stay awake. Ooh. But yeah, I saw it. I'm not the biggest Avatar fan. Love James Cameron.
And not everybody is.
Yeah.
Not everybody is, but $2.922 billion at the box office, the biggest film in history. Until, Endgame gets a re-release at some point, but $2.922 billion. It's the same questions for you guys. How big of an opening weekend do you think Avatar 2 is going to have? Do you think it'll be a record breaker, or do you think it'll be like the first one? It'll be really good, but more modest, and then go from there. I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there.